What's going on, YouTube? This is the Arizona Bladesman here, shooting another video today. And I just had a couple minutes, so I decided to come out and do like a blade testing video. But anyway, it's pretty nice out this morning. It's not too hot, a nice little breeze. It's the sun's out, so I'm like, hey, why not? But anyway, without further ado, this is what I'm going to be showing you today. Now, if you guys remember, a couple months back, I showed off my amazing Khukuri collection. That was the title. It wasn't my amazing Khukuri collection. And in that collection was this Khukuri right here. This was one of the Khukuris that were in that collection. I think I have about 7 or 8. But anyway, this one right here is the British Service #1 Khukuri from Nepal Khukuri House, not ex-Gurkha Khukuri House. This is actually another Khukuri supplier. And this one right here, I like this one. It is because of the tan imitation leather or naga hide that they used. And then right here, the handle, I had spray painted brown. Now, the reason why I actually chose this particular one is because I actually had to modify or do some repairs to it. So I've had this Khukuri probably about, probably about 6 years. Yeah, about 6 years. About 2013 is when I got this Khukuri. Now I have stated that I have done cutting before, on bottles and wood and stuff whatnot. I just never recorded it. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to show you the repairs and what had happened to this particular Khukuri. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from the sheath, and just to kind of give you guys like a little overview of this this particular blade right here. Like I said, this is the British Service #1. It has a 10.5 inch blade, and the handle, I'm just going to measure the actual wooden grip. I'm not going to measure the brass fittings. So, and the grip is actually about 4¼ inches. So there you have it right there. 10.5 inch blade, 4¼ inch wooden handle. It's got really nice brass bolster right here. Got a brass butt cap, and this has a stick tang, and it is peened and glued. So all around, pretty good Khukuri. Now, to get to the story of what had happened is that I was out in I was living in a townhome at the time, and what I had done is I had taken some old pine boards, and I had just gotten this probably about a few weeks ago back then. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna go out and test this out, because I've seen so many Khukuri reviews and demonstrations. All right, I'm gonna go test mine out. So anyway, excuse me. So I go out and I get the boards, and I just start chopping away. Everything worked out great. Just kept chopping and chopping, and I made sure that the bottom surface was actually wood, and no stone or dirt or anything like that that'll bring damage to the blade. And I'm out there chopping and whittling and doing the feather stick thing. But anyway, and then we actually had to we were also in the process of moving at that time, so I had to pack up all my blades and swords and whatnot. And so finally, when we got to the new homestead, it's not this current one, this is the one before, or actually way before. But anyway, when we got to the homestead, I was unpacking it, and I removed all the Khukuris and everything, and I took this one out, and for some reason it had a split in the handle. I don't know if you could see it or not. Let me move my iced coffee over here. I don't know if you could see it or not, but it's about like right there. You could probably see it going along. And of course that really upset me. So I was thinking about returning it, but I've actually had it for little bit too long, you know, that there is a time limit. You know, if there's anything that happens to it, you could return it to them and they'll send you another one. But that time had passed, so, you know, I held on to this thing for a while. I'm like, man, what am I going to do with this? You know, it's just like, it's still really nice. I just don't want to get rid of it, you know, throw it out, whatever. So what I did is I just, you know, wrapped it up, put it on the top shelf in my closet, whatnot. But anyway, I was at work going through the hardware section in the store of where I work. And I passed by all the glues and, you know, the epoxies and stuff like that. And I come across this, it was like an epoxy putty. It came in a small tube, and inside of it was blue. And I'm like, huh. And I read the description on the back about what it does, what you have to do to it. And pretty much what it is you take this putty, or it's almost like modeling clay, the consistency, and you have to work it until it turns almost like a white or like a slightest grayish color. And it starts out blue, and that pretty much means you pretty much like activated the putty and everything like that. So what I did is I bought this putty, you know, worked it until I got to that that required color, and then I packed in that putty into the split as much as I can. Just packed it in there, and then I smoothed it out, packed it in there, smoothed it out. And so finally, until I got to the top, and it covered until I could fill the crack as much as possible. And then what I did is I kind of just sanded it a little bit, and then I had bought some some primer, some spray primer, and some brown spray paint, which is what you see here already. And so I put 2 coats of primer, and then I did about 2 to 3 coats of brown spray paint. And I did that probably, about 3 years ago. Yeah. It's 4 years ago. So I did that about 4 years ago, and I hadn't really tested it or done anything with the blade since. And just to let you know, the reason why I brought this one out is I'm actually going to test to see how it holds up, finally. And that's why I brought it out. Now, the edge is the original edge. I really haven't done anything to it. Last night, the only thing I did to it was I took the maintenance tool. I forgot right now. My brain's a little fried. It's either the Carta or I believe it's the Checknut, which is the maintenance tool where you maintain the blade, you know, kind of almost like a sharpening steel. And I just kind of did about 5 passes on each side. And that's the only thing I've done to it. I haven't taken it to a butcher steel, a stone, nothing. So this is the actual factory edge. So anyway, what I'm going to do right now is I have some wood set up, and I'm going to take this over, and I'm going to go ahead and test this out and see how my repair job holds up. So anyway, let's go on over there. We'll bring you guys with me. How's it going? So anyway, if you're wondering about my hat, last night we went over to the Halloween Superstore, you know, to get the kids' costumes for Halloween, and I passed by the section where they had the Karate Kid stuff. Now, if you guys are familiar with the Cobra Kai series, which is on YouTube, that's what this is right here. I mean, now this isn't a costume hat. This is an actual hat, you know, like you would to buy a sports team's hat or anything like that. This is actually the same quality that you would buy, that you would buy any other hat from a store. So it says Cobra Kai on it, and I'm like, cool. So anyway, I looked at it, and my wife's like, why don't you get it? And I'm like, I'll just wait till tomorrow till I get paid. But no, she ended up picking it up. She got it for me. And I'm like, this is awesome. I mean, I like it. I plan on wearing it. I just wanted to wear it out here because it is getting rather sunny outside. So without further ado, just want to go ahead and show the demonstration. Anyway, love the hat. Just let me know what you guys think about it. So let me go ahead and set you guys down right here. right here, got some wood. That's perfect right there. Be right back. Anyway, here we go. British Service #1 Khukuri. Repaired by yours truly. So anyway, I'm gonna hit this wood. This is the same wood that I used to test my 1909 bolo knife on. It's a hardwood. It's pretty tough, you know, to get through. So I figured this would be great for the test. So anyway, here we go. Let's try started on it. It is just going right through. It's doing a superb job so far. Just look at that. Just hacking right into it. Let's do a couple more swings. So anyway, look at that. Did really good. And to look at the handle, I don't see no splitting, cracks, or anything. The putty itself, you know, it's already cured. It's been cured for a good number of years. The only thing it is, I think when I was holding it, it's got a little paint chip right there. That's okay. That was actually from my ring right here. But other than that, handle held up really good. So let's go over this way. Anyway, guys, just wanted to show you this Khukuri held up great. And I'm actually happy with it. But anyway, I have to close this video. It's about almost 15 minutes. But since it has, you know, I do live in the desert, and it's got the desert colors, I'm gonna call this Khukuri the Desert Warrior. Anyway, just wanted to show you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, YouTube.